Managing anxious attachment. Hi, I'm Coach Abby. Thank you once again for joining me today on Love Advice TV. Love Advice TV is a channel created uniquely for you to assist you in navigating through any relationship issues that may be affecting you while simultaneously focusing on personal development. Today we're going to talk about anxious attachment, a pattern of relationship dynamics that can lead to emotional distress and obsessive thinking. We'll explore how to identify anxious attachment, ways to reduce the obsessiveness, those thoughts that accompany it, and some physical and mental exercise that can help manage these feelings, specifically when we're going through a breakup. So let's dive in. We hear so much about attachment issues. But for the purpose of this video, what is anxious attachment? Anxious attachment is one of the 4 primary attachment styles identified in psychological theory. Individuals with anxious attachment often feel a deep fear of abandonment and a need for constant validation from their partners or their loved ones. They tend to be preoccupied with relationships and can find it challenging to feel secure without constant reassurance. People with this attachment style may feel that their partner's love is unstable, leading them to become overly dependent or overly clingy. This is not just about needing attention. This attachment style can lead to intense feelings of anxiety when a person perceives any sign of distance or connection. So how can you tell if you have an anxious attachment? Here are some signs I think we should look for. When we have that constant need for reassurance, we're constantly seeking affirmation from our partners, even when things seem fine. We're just always insecure. When we have this internal fear of abandonment, we feel worried that our loved ones are going to leave us. Our partner, oh my God, he looked at someone, that person's going to leave us. We're not there. When we're overanalyzing behavior, we obsess over small details or conversations, wondering what they mean about your relationship. The emotional roller coasters. You experience intense ups and downs, and your mood tied to how you feel about your relationships, and difficulty trusting. Even though you desire closeness, trust can be hard to build when you feel so insecure despite your partner's reassurance. If these sound somewhat familiar, you may be experiencing anxious attachment, but don't worry, because help is available. The obsession with relationship often feels like a never-ending loop of worries, doubts, and fears. Thoughts may consume your mind like, do they still love me? Am I enough for them? Why haven't they texted me back? I just texted him 3 minutes ago, but anyways. This constant ruminating can be mentally exhausting and can make it hard to focus on anything else in life. Over time, this obsession may erode your sense of peace and well-being. It's important to recognize that these thoughts are a product of attachment anxiety and can and should be managed. So let's move on to some strategies to reduce this obsession. These approaches involve both emotional and cognitive techniques. So in order to challenge negative thoughts, if you catch yourself thinking, they don't love me, challenge that thought. Right there and then, ask yourself, what evidence do I have for this? Often you'll find that the thought is based on assumptions, not facts. Get into the habit of practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the act of being present in the moment without judgment. When you feel anxious, take a step back and focus on your breath or your surroundings. This can help break the cycle of obsessive thinking. Set boundaries. It's important to set healthy boundaries, not with others as much as with yourself. This means taking a step back and allowing space for both you and your partner to breathe. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it helps reduce dependency and fosters a sense of autonomy. Focus on your self-worth. Build your sense of self-esteem, independent of what others feel. Engage in activities that make you feel good about yourself, whether it's a hobby, work, dance, self-care routines, whatever it might be. Then we've got cognitive behavioral therapy. It's CBT. Discuss with a therapist this therapeutic approach, which helps challenge and change unhelpful thinking patterns. I like to think a relationship coach can help you address the root causes of your anxiety, a relationship anxiety, and show you how to reframe your negative thoughts. Let's talk about physical exercises a bit. That can help ease the tension and anxiety associated with attachment issues. When we do something which I refer to as progressive muscle relaxation, it involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body. It really helps reduce physical tension and promotes relaxation. This technique can help interrupt that anxiety you're feeling, calm your mind, and help you feel grounded. Yoga obviously incorporates deep breathing and body movement, which has been shown to reduce stress and increase mindfulness. Poses like the child's pose and legs up the wall can especially help soothe the nervous system and encourage relaxation. And breathwork, that's, to me, it's so important. It's simple breathing exercises. I talk about it in my video of Law of Attraction. It's the one effective technique. It's a 4-7-8 breathing. And it's breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and slowly exhale for 8 seconds. This quickly shifts your body into a more relaxed state. Exercise regularly. Physical activity, whether it's running, walking, or swimming, helps regulate your mood and reduce anxiety levels. It releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters, and helps release the tension in the body. In addition to physical exercises, there are mental exercises that can strengthen your ability to manage anxiety. One of them is self-compassion. We rarely really think about this. When you're struggling with anxious thoughts, practice being kind to yourself. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel anxious and that it doesn't define your worth. Self-compassion can reduce the intensity of anxiety and increase emotional resilience. Journaling, that's one of my favorites. It's writing down your thoughts and feelings. It just helps you process the anxiety. You try to write about what you're feeling and identify any patterns or triggers. This can help you understand your emotional reactions and bring awareness to areas that need healing. It's so important, the visualization. I talk about that also in my video on Law of Attraction. Visualize yourself in peaceful interactions. Visualize yourself having a control of peacefulness, of security in your mind. Honestly, there is no easy way to conclude a video about anxious attachment due to the intricate nature it represents. Yet anxious attachment doesn't have to dictate your life. By identifying the signs of attachment, it's the anxiety, applying the strategies to manage that obsessive thinking and incorporating mental and physical exercises, you can begin to cultivate a more secure attachment style. Yet please don't worry. This is where my coaching expertise can be of value to you. Trust me, book a session with me. It will be my pleasure to delve into the different strategies we can implement to identify when those over-anxious feelings, usually associated with a breakup, begin to surface and stop them before it suffocates us, as it often will. With practice, you can break free from the cycle of anxiety and build healthier, more balanced relationships. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below, and feel free to share any comments regarding this topic. It is always my pleasure to address them as soon as possible. Please remember that we simply cannot convey that we are emotionally regulated when suffering from anxiety. You are not alone. I am here if you need me. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.